Hello guys and welcome to a brand new video. Today I'm here with Lupin the third, part 6, episode number 20 reaction. Right, so the previous episode was the end of I think it was the end of the whole like Tomoe like story that we're going with. Not the end, but I like worded it wrong. Not the end, but the end of that part. So I'm guessing there is still a bit left. Obviously, it ended in a weird way, so I'm sure we're going to get more of it. Don't know if that's going to happen in this episode, or maybe we're going to get another break here and get one of those mini stories, and then we're going to. I'm guessing it's probably going to be like that. The final few episodes will probably be reserved for the end of the Tomoe arc that we are going through. So let's see what happens in this episode. The previous episode we got to see it was like mainly focused on Iri, and I think that was her name, Iri or Ari I think, and Yata. Zenigata's the two of them who are helping Zenigata out, and Zenigata was locked up for the few moments at the beginning, and then he was able to get out of prison. And yeah, and Ari and Yata are able to increase and go through the investigation a lot and kind of progress the investigation in a big manner. In the end, Ari went too close and was able to almost find out what's going on, and met Matia and realized in the end that Matia is probably someone involved with this whole thing, like by a big amount. So we still don't know what's up with Matia. It seems she's trying to take out the people involved with Tomoe, except Lupin. She hasn't really done anything to Lupin yet. But everyone else who is somehow involved with Tomoe, she's trying to either I don't know what she's trying to do. She's taking them out or trying to investigate more about them. And yeah, that's what's going on. So let's see what happens in the future. I don't think we're going to get more in this episode, but probably a few episodes later. This episode will probably be one of those mini short stories that we usually get as a break. So let's see what happens. Episode number 20, let us begin. I'll be putting the subtitles and the timer here. Sync it to whichever is your preference, and let's begin. All right, here's the countdown. 3, 2, 1, go. Hmm. Okay, let's go. All right, Fujiko here. What the? Yeah, what the? Okay, wow. Well, she's just gonna do. Ah, wow. Yeah, Lupin? What the? Who the hell is this? Amelia? What? She's her old friend or something? Wow. Too terrible. Okay, what? Alright. Huh. That's a lollipop, isn't it? I think so. Hmm. Okay. Davy. Right. okay. Yeah. Yeah. All right. Leave it to her. Okay. Hmm. Oh. Was this like a trap or something that this guy set for them? What the hell? Right. I feel like this is like a whole trap. Oh wait. Whoa. Okay. Um. What's happening? Yep. There you go. Yeah. So this was a trap that he set for them. Oh, okay. Yeah. What? She was surprised seeing something in the. Hmm. Oh God. Another one of those. What? Yeah. Damn. Oh my God. Ah! Well, deserved. Wait. Yeah, but yeah, there was something. She saw something in that thing, and uh. All right, green. Yeah. Okay. Oh, that has been my campaign. Oh, damn. Yeah. Hmm. Wait, what? Okay. How? She just. Alright. Look at that burger. I'm just looking at her burger. Mm, yeah. Yeah. Yeah, something is going on. Like she suddenly like just left and then she. Ah, failure! Well, you're. What? Oh. Oh boy. Hmm. Eh. Hmm. Hmm. Hey, yo, dude, look in front. Okay. Oh, there it is. Hmm. Okay, yeah. There's something like I think she's probably like, involved in something that she needs Fujiko's help in, and she's not able to tell her about it. There you go. It's probably something to do. Like I said, she's probably like involved in something that she needs help with, and she's kind of like asking. Is not able to ask. Is not asking Fujiko directly for help, but like this, she's trying to. I don't know. Let's see. Damn! Look at this place. What the? Wait, are you allowed like makeup? I guess like, but tattoo like. Yeah, it's like, oh, whoa. All right. Yeah, this is some. Wait, is that guy? That's why he's wearing a mask because his head got. You know that guy, the guy one who got his. Yeah, there you go. That's pretty obvious now. And yeah, Well, yeah, yeah. They're probably keeping like someone hostage. Like the Amelia, her. We saw the picture. Damn, his hair went gray in the front. Oh wow, good job. Mm, yeah, she's lying. Oh boy. Wait, is he somehow what? Okay. Yeah? Okay, this guy's. Mm. Alright. Oh no, wait. Oh, I thought maybe those were like he took those kids hostage or something. But maybe it's something else. Okay, let's see. Well, that was for the better. Boy, here we go. Wait. Oh yeah, okay. I was thinking maybe that's also. Yeah, okay. So she probably asked her the. Oh, that's why she saw the roster and whatever. Ah. Yeah, yeah. Mm. And she probably asked her later on. Yeah, she probably asked her then. Yeah. Whoa. Oh my god. Oh. What? What can you do? What are these going to do? Like what? If they shoot you, like these cannot do anything. Wait, I think. Oh wait, so are these guys involved with the thing that Rupan was? Yeah, so they're the ones that he was trying to. Right. Yep. Sure. And that's why she said I will be talking about money. Yep. Hmm. Well, yeah. So wait, what? Okay, great. Damn. Yeah. Oh wait, that's why got rid of smoking. That's why. Well, because oh yeah, I see. Hmm. Oh. Okay. Wait, what? Wait, how long? Wait. So wait, she had a kid, or wait, after that, are we going getting a time skip? No, oh, okay. Right. Okay. So I'm guessing we got a little time skip here. I think. I don't know. Yeah, most probably. Like that was like abrupt. Like suddenly they. Hmm. Hmm. Okay, that is it. So this episode, it was an episode of Fujiko and her friend Amelia. Yeah, I think that was her name. And so in the beginning, we get to see Fujiko is in a department store or whatever, like mm, trying on some dresses, while Rupan is like, as always, like Rupan. He's like, oh, like wait, Fujiko-chan, I'll get you everything. Just to wait. Let me sort this out. I'm hacking a system, and I'm going to get all the money from there. Like it's called the Invisible. And he's like, oh, this is like obviously like someone doing some kind of a black market, like dealings and everything. So it's dirty money. So yeah, it belongs to some sleazeball who did nasty stuff to fill their bank accounts. So let me just take it. They don't need that. So he's like just you wait. I'm going to buy everything from you for you from here. And he's like wearing all the dresses and suits, and he's like, she was probably getting ready for the dinner date or whatever, and he's like, oh, look at this, like, how does this look? But while all of this was happening, in comes Amelia, and she's like, oh, Fujiko, long time no see. So right, and so that is where it begins. Like after that, we get to see they are in a car, and the first thing Fujiko asks, like, you have quit smoking, like why, like you got someone? And she's like, oh, that's a secret. Now obviously we know now why, like, she's quit smoking, because I think she was pregnant here, most probably. Like that last part really confused me. Like they didn't really show anything, they just abruptly cut to probably the future when Fujiko meets her child, and I would guess that she's pregnant here. Like otherwise, why would she quit smoking? Like, or no, you know what? No, yeah, I think she was pregnant because when like she kind of tried to cover her stomach when that guy was trying to so that's why I think. I think so, most probably. Because like I said, the final section really confused me. I was like, wait, did she already have a child or was she pregnant? I think she was pregnant at that time. It's not that she had a child. Then why would she like cover her stomach if she already had a child and she wasn't pregnant, and she later brought that child to Fujiko and showed her? No, she probably was pregnant then, and then we got a little time skip, mini time skip in the end or something. I don't know, whatever it is. So right, so you can see Amelia's, like, we get to know more about Amelia here. We get to know that Fujiko and Amelia used to like pair up together and do a lot of like like jobs and everything. And Fujiko complains. Fujiko's like, ah, your jobs are always goes wrong at the final moment, And she's like, but oh, it's still fun, isn't it? You had the most fun when you worked with me. And yeah, and she says like, oh, like Davy, I think that's the name. That's the word. Yeah, Davy. Yeah, she's like, oh, you remember that word that we like a secret word that we made, and we kind of cut back to a little recollection flashback where we see Amelia telling Fujiko that, oh, whenever you hear me say this, like just leave everything to me, Davey. That's what it is. And then she shows Fujiko the what's that thing, the Grayson, that guy, his like his picture, and she's like, oh, like this is someone like that we're going to rob today. And Fujiko's like, how the hell were you able to get the key card from him, key card or whatever, like how is it possible? Like he never really, like, he's like a very problematic person who doesn't really like trust anybody, and like who doesn't fall for feminine wiles. So how were you able to do it? And she's like, I have my ways. And yeah, that was like, obviously it's pretty obvious why they showed this recollection, because we're going to we're going to go to that, and we're going to meet this guy again in this episode. So we got like the background, like like checked out over there, like what happened in the past. Also get to see what went wrong in that heist. So they went in, they tried to get the treasure or whatever there was, and Fujiko and found out like some kind of a list of, like, the bad deeds that he did, and she's like, oh, this will go for a good amount of money. However, the thing that Amelia finds out is some kind of a list. And here she seemed shocked looking at it. Obviously Fujiko didn't like Fujiko didn't miss that. She realized like something is wrong, and like she asked Amelia about it later on, as we get to know. So, but at this moment there wasn't enough time, because in comes Grayson, and he's like, oh, this place is like like fully AI, like made by AI. So like everything, like the AI keeps an eye on. So yeah, you using fake key cards, or like trying to like trick us, it won't work. And then she starts talking about, oh, like I've always wanted to meet to Fujiko Mino, like Fujiko Mine, like I'm going to like brand you and make you mine, whatever stuff, like nonsense like that. Obviously in comes Amelia and just kicks him. And yeah, and you can understand now why she was this, I guess you could say, ferocious over here, because she definitely, as soon as she realized that this guy was responsible for everything that happened to his friends and her, she all the anger probably came out and she like kicked him. And yeah, the hot brand fell on him, and it completely destroyed his eye. So that was the recollection that we got to. And yeah, and Amelia's like, and Fujiko's like, you remember, like it went wrong that way. And she's like, oh, but like we still were able to get away from there. It was still fun, wasn't it? And she's like, oh, but don't worry, this time it's fully safe. It's okay. It's a perfect plan. And she's like, I need your help, please, Fujiko, help me out. And Fujiko's like, alright, fine, whatever. Okay, I'll listen to you. So right, so this time the job is the Church of Ion, and so it is a religious cult making a big name for itself recently. And she talks about how it is in a place, it's like in an island, and there's like nobody knows who the leader is. He wears a mask whenever he comes out, and he always comes out in a like in a in a digital way. And nobody knows who he is, where he comes from, and all that. And she's like, yeah, like everyone kind of believes him to be the god of whatever. It's like it's basically a cult. So she's like, he wears a necklace. I think that's what she said. Yeah, she wears a necklace. He wears a necklace, and that is one of the most expensive things. And yeah, like that's a good treasure to get. So that is their plan. That is their goal, and obviously, that is what Fujiko will be helping her out with. So she's like, Fujiko's like, but how are we going to get in? And she says like, oh, I've already kind of become a nun of their organization. And yeah, and I need you to help me out, because he apparently likes, like, beautiful women. So yeah, there you go. That's the whole plan. Now, here Fujiko says like, something is weird. Why are you acting like this? You're not eating your food. What's going on? So okay, so now I think it was probably the reason why she wasn't eating was probably something probably was there which wasn't good for her. And that's why, like, since I'm guessing she was pregnant. Since she was pregnant, she didn't want to eat it. And then she was like, oh, no, I'm eating, kind of like takes a little bit of a bite. And yeah, so right, while all of this is happening, Rupan is like like frustrated. The whole hacking is not happening. He's not able to do it, and also he's frustrated that Amelia was the one who took Fujiko away, because he had plans to go out with Fujiko at that night, but Amelia's situation came in. And he's like, I'm angry, like and he's also like, and this whole hacking thing as well is not working. I thought, since they were like some kind of a black market organization, like they probably had like low security or whatever. But no, these guys are, like, has high security. And he talks about how this is like a black market site on the dark web, slave trade, organ trafficking, anything, like human taxidermy, everything goes. So he's like, yeah, that's why I'm trying to take stuff from them. Now, while all of this is happening, Fujiko calls, and he's like, oh, Fujiko-chan, and then like starts talking to her. And we don't really get to know much of the conversation over here, which we get to know later. But Amelia comes out, and Amelia is like, oh, is that Rupan? And she's like, oh, you're actually going out with him, aren't you? And Fujiko's like, nah, that's nothing. We were talking about money. She's like, you cannot fool me, Right, so all that stuff happens. They go to the nearest place, like nearest hotel, where they will stay for the night, and then go to the church, the Atlas Island. And you can see that Amelia's looking out towards the island. And yeah, Fujiko's like, let's do it tomorrow then. Now at night we see her looking at a picture. Now here's where I realized, I thought like it's probably like, what I thought was like this guy was probably taking like his like his friend's hostage or something, like some little kid's hostage. That's what I thought. And that's why he is, like, kind of has ordered Amelia to get Fujiko, and then he'll let the kids go or something like that. I thought that was happening. Wasn't completely what I thought, but it was something like that. Now, now it's pretty obvious that something is wrong here. Something is weird. Like she's, unusually very, I guess you could say, serious about this. And like obviously it's a trope, I wouldn't say, but it's like a thing that we have seen in multiple animes where someone needs someone's help, their old friend's help or something, about some situation, and they don't really tell them, and kind of like like use them to get to the goal. And like because they don't have any other way to go about it, that type of thing. And I was like, yes, it's probably something like that, because I'm pretty sure the guy probably ordered Amelia to go bring Fujiko and said something like, I have these little kids hostage. Obviously I didn't know what's going on at that time. I didn't know those were actually her friends from the orphanage. So I was like, oh, probably he took those kids hostage or something and told Amelia to bring Fujiko here. So that's why she's doing it. Obviously she doesn't want to do it, but so yeah, I thought that was how it was going. It was something like that, but not completely. And yeah, obviously here we don't really see the whole scene, because later on, as we get to know, Fujiko actually confronted her about it. But we don't get to see that scene here. We fast forward to the next day. In the island, we are there, and so so obviously Fujiko and Amelia knew about everything. They talked about it in the previous night, and Fujiko knew who she was going to deal with here, and she was like acting throughout this whole segment. So she comes in, and obviously like I was like, yeah, like it's pretty obvious who this guy is, the priest is. He has a mask, because obviously he got like his eyes got burned. He has this branding thing, as we saw, we got to know before as well, branding. And his logo for the branding is G for Grayson. It's pretty obvious who he is. And we recently got a little flashback about him, so yeah, so it's him. Now we get to see that Amelia like brings Fujiko in, and he comes in front of the camera, and Amelia's like, oh, like father, like I your holiness, I brought Fujiko. No, I brought her with me, a new sister. And Fujiko's like, oh, your holiness, like I'm here to come to to meet you, to be one of your disciples and everything, stuff like that. And yeah, and then he kind of reveals himself. He's like, oh, Fujiko Mine, welcome. And yeah, so here everything was an acting. Obviously Fujiko knew that what Amelia is going to do, and Amelia didn't really betray her because they talked about it in the previous night. So Amelia, like Fujiko knew what was going on, and she anticipated this, obviously. So yeah, everyone like pointed the gun at Fujiko, and so there you go. So the dog, like Grayson was like, oh, like Amelia, like Amelia betrayed you. She did this all for like a necklace or something. And like Amelia is also kind of like says the same thing, and Fujiko's obviously acting here. She's like, oh, like Amelia, you are always like this. And obviously Grayson is like thinking that he has won. He is like, all right, take her to the torture chamber, and there they go. And Fujiko's there strapped to the table. And yeah, and she was talking to Amelia for a moment. So yeah, in comes Grayson and throws her the necklace. And she's like, oh, there you go, thank you so much. And she leaves. Obviously that was a acting on her part. She did that so probably to lower his guard and everything. And yeah, and then Grayson comes in, and Grayson is like, oh, I'm going to use, you see this face, like this is the face that got branded, and I cannot show my face to anyone from that point onwards. I'm going to inflict the same pain that you like inflicted on me. And he's like, like just crazy stuff, like a typical villain. He's just so now at this point I was thinking that like it occurred to me almost at the end that maybe this is also part of Fujiko's plan, because like here's the thing, like most of the situations which are, I guess you could say, a little suspicious, like we tend to forget that Lupin and Fujiko, both of them are very intelligent. Stuff like like wherein Amelia saw that thing, that roster thing, and she seemed shocked. Stuff like that, or stuff like in the night time when she's looking at the picture, stuff like these, Lupin and Fujiko always catch, and they always like realize something is wrong, and they kind of confront them about it. Like, this is a thing I feel like that a lot of people has kind of got accustomed to, like in animes, like stuff like these, like little foreshadowing things like this that happen. I think stuff like this which foreshadow something, a lot of the main characters in anime see that and they don't really do anything about it or just ignore it, and in the end we get to know that, oh, like this is what was foreshadowing, and the main character is clueless about it up until the end. That is how we're accustomed to stuff. But I always forget, like I always think that the same thing is going to happen here in Lupin as well. But the multiple times I remember being completely, I guess you could say, proven wrong by the end, where I realized that, oh yeah, this is Fujiko and Lupin we're talking about. These type of foreshadowing things that happens on screen, if they're able to realize something is wrong, they'll obviously confront it. They're not like half of the other main characters in anime who sees and realizes something is wrong and still decide to ignore it up until the end. And then they're surprised. They're like, "Oh, what? This happened? Oh my god! I didn't realize. Oh, so that was that what that was." That's how it goes usually. But I always forget that Lupin and Fujiko, they, like I've seen this happen multiple times before as well in Lupin, where something like this happens, some foreshadowing. Lupin doesn't really confront it at that moment, but in the future we get to know Lupin did confront it and kind of came up with a plan to counter that whole thing. Similar thing happened here as well. We saw the foreshadowing where, like, Amelia was looking at the roster and looked surprised. Fujiko realized something is wrong, so she kept that in mind. Here as well in the hotel, where she was like looking outside and she was just looking at a picture of her friends in orphanage. Previously, when Fujiko realized that she has stopped smoking, also that something is wrong, like these type of things didn't add up. So Fujiko definitely confronted her about it in the end, which obviously they didn't show us and they kept it till the end. So I was like, yeah, maybe that's what's going on here as well. Fujiko knows about everything and she's actually playing along, and that's exactly how it happened in the end. Like we see when Grayson was like, oh, like I've got you, and Fujiko's like, oh no, you're the one who got caught in our trap. And we see like Amelia comes in and just kicks him again, and Fujiko comes out of her shackles, and yeah, and then they kind of reveal the whole thing. So she's one of the many children who you abducted and sold a long time ago. The IT firm Grayson Company, a suspicious large amount of money was hiding beneath that facade because you've been in the human trafficking business for years. There you go. Something about Amelia's reaction bothered me. There you go. I did some digging afterwards, and yeah, she herself figured everything out. That's what I said. Like these type of things, Fujiko doesn't let go. She obviously like confronts the character or does her research on her own, and that's what she did, and confronted Amelia the previous day. And then like Amelia says, like, I realized like you were the one who completely destroyed like me and my friends, like all my friends who should have been alive up until now, all of them are dead because of you, because of the hard labor that you put them through. And she's like, I'm going to kill you, that's why. And she tries to shoot him, but he like does something to the thing, the brand. It comes and tries to attack her, and you can see here that she does this, kind of trying to like cover her stomach. And this is where Fujiko realized that, oh, maybe she is pregnant or something, or felt something was wrong. So Fujiko says like, Davy, like leave it to me. And yeah, and when all the like the things where all the brands were coming towards them, I'm like, they could easily shoot him and make this, like get this over with. But yeah, obviously like Fujiko knew that Lupin has it under control, and she and Lupin already talked about it. And yeah, Lupin at that moment hacked the whole system, and Lupin's like, here you go, like Mr. Grayson, like like thank you for the money, like your like your shady stuff that you have done, all the money we've accumulated, all is coming in my pockets now. And he's also like, I also hacked everything over here. So yeah, it was difficult, but I did it. And we get to see that like here Amelie realizes that was the conversation that she was having with Lupin, And yeah, Rupan talked about the invisible server, and they kind of put two and two together and realized this is Grayson's company. And then Fujiko also put two and two together, and she realized, oh, that is why Amelia's here. Now she probably needs some kind of help with me, and she's not able to tell me about it. So like, oh, I was gonna say I don't understand one thing. Why didn't she ask Fujiko directly for help? But then I realized that, oh no, she probably could do that, but she probably thought that the better way to go about this is do what Grayson said, and like then trap him. I think that's what he thought. She thought, and that's why she didn't really tell Fujiko anything about it. Yeah. So either way, like this part was this part was I didn't expect this. Where in the end, like Fujiko and Amelia runs away, and like all the brands were there and they were coming towards him. And Grayson's like, "What the hell is this? What are you doing?" And Rupan's like, "Oh, I'm sorry, but I actually like the hacking went a bit wrong. The AI is gone bonkers. So best of luck. Like I don't know what's going to happen." And there you go. The whole place blows up, and obviously I'm pretty sure he died over there. And Fujiko and Amelia go off on a boat. Rupan is there, like kind of, yeah. And he's like, "Oh, this is the end of Grayson." And Amelia's like, "I am the one who wanted to kill him," but like Fujiko's like, "Your baby wouldn't have want a murderer for a mother." Yeah. Oh, there you go. She literally says here, "You're pregnant, right?" Okay. So, but that final section really confused me. Like that was such an abrupt time skip. I didn't realize what the hell happened. So yeah, she literally tells you that you're pregnant, aren't you? Okay. She says like obviously like the first thing is like her stopping to smoke. That's number one. Obviously number two, that's something that I didn't catch, but Fujiko caught where she tried to cover her stomach. You know. So there you go. And she's like, "Oh, Dave, you leave everything to me." And Amelia's like, "Oh, Fujiko, thank you so much." Rupan's like what the hell? Amelia's like, "Oh, it's nice, isn't it?" And he's like, "Huh, not in a millions years." Right. So she says something. This part I don't understand. She says something. She says you have to remember what's important. The feeling that we'll be together forever lies in the heart. Right. Am I missing something? What's up with this line? Right. Wait. I feel like I'm missing something here. You have to remember what's important. The feeling that we'll be together forever lies in the heart. Right. It's probably like referring to his and Fujiko's relationship or something. I don't know. Like, yeah, probably something like that. Right. Anyways, so yeah, then we get a little time skip, and her baby has been born. And Fujiko, and she's like grabbing Fujiko's hair. Uh, and she's like, the kid is like, "Oh, Davy." Yeah, and Fujiko's like, "Ah, okay." Like, and she's like, "You heard that baby say it, which means you have to leave everything to him now." Right, and I'm pretty sure everyone knows at this point, like Fujiko is not comfortable around babies. I think like she kind of talked about this in what movie was that? That movie, Fujiko Mina's Lie or something like that. And that movie, where I think she actually mentions this, that I'm not good with children because like I think like she she kind of, I forgot, it's been a while I've watched that movie. She explained why. I think it was something along the lines of, because like babies are innocent and you really cannot, like grown people, she can manipulate them and like kind of like put her charms on them. And for children that is impossible, so that is why children actually like bothers her and makes her uncomfortable, because throughout his life all she has done is like trick others and get what she wants. So in front of children that doesn't work. Like it's an like it's like a completely like different experience, and she's not comfortable with that. And that's why I think she said something like, "I'm not good with children," or something like that. She says, I think it's something like that. I don't exactly remember what it was. And so seeing her interact with a kid, oh boy, yeah. So there you go. And that was episode number 20 of Lupin the Third Part 6. So yeah, if you guys enjoyed this video, be sure to press the like button and subscribe if you're new to the channel or you haven't subscribed. Comment down below anything you want to say, anything you want to let me know. I'll check them out. And that's it. Thanks for watching. I will see you guys next week with another episode of Lupin the Third. Until then, goodbye and have a nice day.